Good morning, everyone. Cassandra Good reporting to you live from my home office here in Albany, Georgia. Guys, I wanted to take some time out and answer a few Q&As that I had. This is a Q&A session actually on video. And that's because numerous of you all, when you reviewed my video with MLM Rod or MLM Recruit on Demand, you had questions. And I understand that because I'm going to go in detail with MLM Rod, MLM Recruiting on Demand. Now, first of all, before I get into this, I want to let you guys know what's going on behind the scenes. I've had several things that actually happen. One, an incident in my home, so I had to get that cleared up. The other part is that when people ask me to review content or review a service or review a source or so forth, I'm going to cut down on that just a little bit because what it is doing is taking away from me being able to give you resources that I feel will be paramount to you building your business. Whatever business it is that you have, I want to make sure that I can give you a viable, tangible, concrete resource that's going to help you be able to elevate or to at least use it in its entirety, not with missing pieces. You got to go out and add to it. You got to buy more of this or buy more of that in order for it to work congruently for you. So I'm going to cut down on reviewing a whole bunch of other opportunities that people are sending me. Cassandra, can you check this out for me? Can you look at this? Can you look at that? Because, guys, honestly, that takes up a lot of time. What I will ask you is please try your best to do your due diligence and make sure that that particular platform is going to, number one, meet your needs. Number two, the admin is fully aware of being able to reach out to people, being able to communicate, and gives a full line of support. There's no need in trying to operate or to use a service, and then as soon as a hiccup happens, there's no one to be found. Or it takes, if you run into an email, and this is what I do tell people to test. Check out the support email. If you automatically are auto generated, we will get back to you in 48 to 96 hours. To me, that is too much of a duration for a person to get back to someone on a serious concern. Just imagine what would happen if you're already in the system and you're rolling out a campaign and you're using that resource or that service. That campaign, what they're basically telling you is going to be on hold for 2 to 4 days. That's a bit much, and we know how doing advertising, how important it is to get your information out there in front of the masses, and how important it is to make sure that the services that you have just paid for on a monthly scale, one time, whatever it is, that is not going to be something that would be very prosperous for you. I mean, I don't know another word for that, but you do not need delays to that capacity when you're trying to roll out your business or share it with the masses, because people are always seeing all different types of business opportunities. And when you roll out your campaign, you want to make sure that it's there and it's going to hit the email boxes, or it's going to hit the phone lines or inbox or what have you in a timely manner. Okay, so enough of that. I explained that. But back to the, since several questions have came in from numerous people, I wanted to, instead of go in and with a video and just answer it with me either riding in my truck or whatever, I wanted to definitely take you into the back office so that you can see for yourself that those questions will be answered in their entirety. Okay, so what we're going to do is line up and go in here, and I'm going to pick out exactly what the questions were so that you'll know who, well, not who, but actually what people were, their greatest concerns were. And they are very valid, especially when running a business in today's climate. You want to make sure that you have resources that are going to go ahead and answer the questions for you right away. Now, as I introduced MLM Recruit on Demand to you all in the very beginning, always, if you have taken me up on this particular offer, which I do advise, it's a very, very inexpensive offer. Even if you're at the $15 level one time, it's a very, very good offer for what they have available to a person. But I'm going to go into the back office and I'm going to go straight into, excuse me, the training vault. And this is, to me, this is where all the magic happens. And the reason why I say that is because in the training vault, it is explicitly detailed. Okay? It is explicitly detailed here. This is where basically Ryan over time has basically came up with, I mean, all of the Q&A, all the questions that a person would actually have, or concerns that need to be addressed straight off. So the number one question is, when do I start getting my leads? Now I'm gonna tell you something, guys. These leads start within 24 hours. A lot of times they're sooner than that. Um, and the reason why I say that is because simply they're live. They're live, guys. These are live leads that are coming to you that are actually going to be available to you at any given time. But here's the thing. When you're talking about fresh leads, and let me go ahead and click on here. I didn't want to give out too much, but see, most of this is in video. So I didn't want anybody to think that I'm keeping a secret or anything like that. Why did she not click the link? Because most of this, and I do appreciate Ryan for doing this, is being able to give you this information via video. And it actually comes in like that. So I want to go ahead and click here so you just hear a little bit of it.
Okay, Ryan Gunners here, MLM Recruit on Demand. When do I start getting my leads? Okay, well, very simple. When you come in to MLM Recruit on Demand as a new member, and you log into the back office, one of the things you're going to see is a little thing that says number of email leads we owe you. Okay, this is kind of like your little queue. Okay, you can always click on history, and it'll show you a breakdown of your leads, because you get leads added to your account for different things, and there's some other videos that explains this. Okay, so at any time you can come back to account settings here and see how many leads we owe you, and these leads get trickled into your account. So as they come into the system, you'll see this number.
Okay, now I'm going to stop right there because actually what that part of it is what Ryan is speaking about, is when you're actually using one of the capture pages. When you're using one of the capture pages and you decide that you want to promote MLM Recruit on Demand, then by all means those leads will trickle in as people opt in. When people opt into your capture page from MLM Recruit on Demand, if they spend at least 90 seconds on your capture, on that capture page, at least review the content, at least go through the video, or at least be on that page for 90 seconds of MLM Recruit on Demand, you will then be granted 5 crisp, fresh leads with fields that are your name, email address, phone number, and anything else that they might have put in there. But normally the fields are just your name, your email address, and the phone number. They will give you 5 for a person actually opted in for the MLM Recruit on Demand. Now, those 5 leads will go right into your contact manager. Okay, your contact manager will allow you to be able to make notes anytime that you call someone, anytime that you email someone, if you have a conversation, the response, anything like that. You will be able to notate that particular contact in your contact manager so that you can keep track who's hot, who's cold, what you spoke to them about, what business opportunity they may be looking at, and so forth and so on. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here into this training vault. Again, like I said, since these are all videos, I wanted to make sure that you knew that the answers are there for you. Now, someone also asked how fresh are the leads? Because on the how fresh are these? I mean, are they scraped from the internet? And actually, that was the exact um, word that they got. Excuse me, that's the exact question that they asked me. Are they scraped from the internet? Now, I will tell you this: they are not scraped from the internet, but they are what we call harvested from other companies. You have other companies. Now, this is for the P1. They have been harvested from other companies. Say you have a health and wellness opportunity that you're sharing. You're sharing CBD oil. You would possibly get leads that will come from the nutritional, and I know that for a fact, nutritional companies, whether it's Melaleuca, whether it's Herbalife, anything like that, you are actually going to be connected with another like minded person that has had some affiliation with health and wellness because they've joined another health and wellness opportunity. Now, some people might say harvested may be a bad word. I say it's an excellent word because number one, even if you're on Facebook or if you're on any other social media platform trying to secure leads or trying to secure an engagement and build a relationship with like minded individuals, trust me, you want them to have some association or some kind of knowledge of the business model that you're sharing, simply so that when it comes to you engaging with them, the conversion will be a whole lot higher because they have the similarity. They are familiar with what you're sharing. Newbies, don't get me wrong, are wonderful, but there is a lot of time involved with bringing on brand new people that have no clue as to what your product and or service is that you're trying to share. And so while you're trying to convey the importance, the excellent benefits of your business model, it can become a little bit tedious when someone is not familiar with that niche or somebody is just not familiar with this industry as a whole. So to me, the word harvest is a very accurate word. Now, I'm telling you that is not the only means of securing leads, but I have to put it out there because that is exactly what has happened in several aspects. And I will tell you, it has helped me tremendously in my past. Again, I'm gearing up to start my campaign, but in my past, when I first joined Recruit on MLM Recruit on Demand, it has helped me tremendously that people had some kind of previous association with the industry and the niche to which I was sharing because it increased my sign up potential exponentially. Okay, so just so you know that. Now, someone asked me what's the difference between P1 and P2. Now, P2 now, as I mentioned P1, let me go there. I don't want to skip around. But as I mentioned, P1 is the initial come in, get your feet wet, get access to some training to help you be able to build your business. And it's a one time $15. P2, on the other hand, is the same thing as P1, but you get your leads at a faster rate. It is $125, which is $100 commissionable to you one time. Okay, so here's how that works. With the P1, a person will actually come in for $15. When they come in, they have training that is bestowed to them, training that helps them on Facebook, training that helps them on other social media, training that helps them on the horn, and also training that helps them with their content. If you're sharing emails, it will give you some gist of idea of what kind of content you should share with building your business and sharing with other like-minded or unlike-minded people that are just coming in. And I'm not saying unlike and they're totally bummed and don't know what to do. What I'm saying is they're fresh out the boat. They're considered a cold lead, but it's giving you a warming presence, a warming type of training to at least start the cycle of building a good relationship. Okay. Now the part two, phase two of the $125, which is $100 commissionable to you, does the same thing, but it goes into the direct detail for you. And that direct detail is giving you what a person sounds like on the call. How do they sound? How are they conveying or stressing the certain points and aspect of their business? You'll get to listen to that. You can tell the difference between a person's position, their posture. You will get all of these types of things that will help you to execute your strategy, execute your sign up ability in an even faster rate. That's more of a hands on, that's more of a video over your shoulder type of approach. And it is tremendously helpful for those that have never, ever gone in and said, hey, I want to pick up the phone and I want to actually close this way because it is faster, guys. I have to be honest with you. If you can break out of the fear of picking up the phone and being able to directly speak to someone and build that rapport, that relationship, and engage with them. It is a faster approach to people getting signups. In the industry, you will see just starting out, that is the fastest way because email marketing, it is wonderful, don't get me wrong, but you still have to build a relationship in order for it to be successful for you before you can start sharing your business opportunities with people. You have to build a relationship so that they can get to know you, and then eventually trust you enough to say, hey, I would like to buy and purchase from that person. Now, those are the three questions that I got, but I want to go in here and I want to go down here because I know people really hate the fact of doing what they consider recruiting. I don't like to use the word recruit. I like to use the word sharing because if I care about something and I'm passionate about something, I'm sharing honestly because I care. I've seen too many people in this industry get burnt out, not because the business opportunity didn't work, but because they didn't have the right tools and resources to work that opportunity so that it can bring favorable results for them. That was the most difficult thing to see. I don't want to see that anymore. And I know more and more people are coming online now and they need resources and they need tools that they can successfully implement and have a full burst knowledge on how to be able to build whatever chosen business that they're securing themselves with now. But here's the thing, what I wanted to do is I wanted to come in here and I wanted to let people know, number one, we have phone scripts. You can print them out, you can listen to them, you can actually memorize them. I personally have some that I printed out, but a lot of my stuff is by memory because I've been doing it so long. You have to realize I came in at a time, I started business for myself at a time where there was no internet. There was no World Wide Web. There was no social media. There was none of these platforms. We just had e-zines and we would message each other back and forth to build our rapport, build our relationship. But I know at times people need scripts, people need something. What is it that I can start off with? What is it that I can say to share this wonderful opportunity that I've just partake in, but I actually just signed up for. And I know many of you all need that type of assistance. Most of the time, you have to go in, and some people will share in the groups different scripts that they've used, but you're looking at scripts that they used months ago. Honestly, things that worked months ago might not work today. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because most of them have been used and reused. That by the time a person gets on the phone and you're new and you start out saying this script, they've already heard it and you already kind of hit a nerve because now in their mind they're thinking, here we go. I'm being pitched again. And the last thing you want your script to do is to sound like a pitch. You want your script to sound like you are really interested in building relationship, as well as you should be. You should really be wanting to build a relationship. This is how you have lifelong committed subscribers to your list, committed subscribers in your arsenal, that any given time that you share an opportunity, they would be willing to take a full look at it, make a decision, and decide whether or not, hey, this is a good fit for me, or yes, I need to add this to my wealth generation portfolio. That is something that you really, really want to think about in your presentation. You have to remember you have one good shot at it to actually go in and make sure that you don't sound cheesy, you don't sound like a script, that you're actually involved in the person's pain, and you want to provide a remedy, or you want to provide some kind of resource to this person to help them elevate to the next level, or at least get out the gate. Okay, so this is where these scripts come into play. I can't click on them because, of course, having access to this is only through membership. So, for video purposes, I wanted to make sure that you know that this is something that you have. Now, this is not just for P3 members. Now, I know you see this as a question mark. It's not just for P3 members. But what I want you to understand is these scripts are tailored to be able to help you infuse your own business model into them, and personality. That is so important. As you start using scripts, you will not only see the basic template of it, but you'll also be able to see how you're able to put your own personality in it, and the script becomes its own. And then you also create a life around that script, meaning eventually, even though you're using this as a template, you'll be able to come out the gate saying, hey, I'm so and so and so and so and so, as you present your business model. At the same time, these scripts are basically laid out for you to just engage in a good conversation, and to, like you're speaking to your neighbor or your best friend on the phone. This is not scripts that are laid out where you're seeming like you're a pushy salesperson or seeming like you're pitching someone. Rather, you're someone that is lending a helping hand to try to help this person to remedy the pains that they're going through right now with the viable solution, and that is your business opportunity. Okay, so guys, I'm not going to keep you on this video. I have more to come. I will be dedicated more into presenting these videos for you, because I had to free up, and I do apologize. I had to free up being able to do resources and so forth for other people. I can't continue to do that. You all, I hope you understand that I have to be able to get this material out in a more of a timely manner to help the masses, for people to be able to have opportunities and resources that will explode their business. Okay, so guys, this is Cassandra Good coming to you live from my home office here in Albany, Georgia, about MLM Recruit on Demand. It's pretty much of a Q&A session. I gave the question, of course I gave the answer. Definitely subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. If you're just coming here for the first time and you have more questions, please email me at askcassandragoode@gmail.com. Definitely hit the like button. I'd love to see some comments so I can answer those for you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.